Hey everybody, this video brings us back out to Claremont, Florida. And the reason why we are in Claremont today is because I've got some errands to run. I've got some things to do. I'm gonna be driving up and down the road, stopping at places that you guys probably don't care about all that much. So I decided, since I am out running some errands, why not quickly pop into one of my favorite thrift stores in the area, the St. Vincent de Paul Thrift Store. This place is awesome. This place is cool. I find some pretty good deals in here. There are many a times I've walked out of here empty-handed, but the times I've found some pretty good stuff, it's been some pretty darn good stuff. So I figured, since again, I am out running some errands today, getting some things done, why not also do a little bit of thrifting as well? I was driving right past, figured I had to stop in. So we're gonna stop into the St. Vincent de Paul Thrift Store, see what they have, and hopefully we'll find some good deals today. All right, so of course, as per usual, the reason why I came in here, the main reason why I came in here was to go through all the movies. And as you can see, there is plenty to look through. Lots of VHS, lots of DVDs. I'm seeing Blu-rays, I'm seeing Disney, I'm seeing a pile of stuff on the ground. I'm gonna have to get dirty and dig through. So there's a lot to look through. Whether or not there's actually anything I need, of course, is the question, but there is plenty to be digging through, which is why I love this store. Again, I don't always find stuff I need here, but there's always a lot to look through. Okay, not a bad way to start things off here with a Warner Archives release. This is Princess O'Rourke. Is that what that says? I have never seen this movie. I've never heard of this movie. I know nothing about this movie, but it is a Warner Archives release, which means I've got to pick it up for only $1.99. I don't know if this is actually going to make it into my collection or not. I'm going to watch it. We'll see what I think of this. Whether or not I decide to keep this or end up reselling it, I don't know. But I'm not going to pass on a Warner Archives title for $2. That is awesome. And even though I already own this, I'm not going to pass on this either. Almost Angels. This is a movie club, Disney Movie Club exclusive DVD. Again, I already own this, but this goes for a little bit of money. Nothing too crazy, but it does go for a little bit because it is a, again, Disney Movie Club exclusive. So I don't need this for me personally, but for my store, yeah, I'm picking this up. I'll be honest, when I first came in here, I was a little concerned because a guy was just leaving the media section here as I was walking towards it, and he had a stack of movies in his hand. I couldn't see what all he had, but right on top was a Blu-ray Movie Club exclusive release of Pollyanna, which would have been a pretty awesome find. I definitely would have picked that up. So I was kind of concerned that maybe he had already gone through this and already picked up everything good. But I mean, I'm finding Warner Archives, I'm finding other Movie Club exclusives. There's still good stuff here. There's actually a lot of interesting Disney here, like the Vault Disney Collection release of Pollyanna. Again, not the Blu-ray release I would have liked to have grabbed, but still, that's pretty awesome. They also had things like 101 Dalmatians in here, and I was seeing things like, well, here you go, 101 Dalmatians. This is cool. The Book of Pooh. You don't come across this very often out in the wild, and it's actually in really good condition. I did quickly look up to see if it goes for anything, and the answer is no, not really, but I think I might still end up picking this up just because it is kind of more obscure, kind of more rare. I think they're only asking $2 for this, so I'm going to grab this for the store. I don't need it for me personally. I already own this, but yeah, for the store, I'll pick it up. Here's Lady and the Tramp and The Rescuers. So lots of Disney here. Not really Disney I necessarily need, but I am seeing some cool things like the Happiest Millionaire. Again, something you don't come across out in the wild too often. Although, as I say that, I then turn to my right and see yet another copy of The Happiest Millionaire. So usually not something you come across too often out in the wild. Today, apparently you come across quite a few of these. All right, so I guess it's time to dive through the piles of movies down here. I'm going to assume this is all new stuff they got in and just kind of stuck down here on the floor. I could be wrong. It could just be somebody who just went through the shelves and whatnot and just randomly stuck stuff down here. But I'm going to assume this is all new stuff, and there might be something in here I actually need. So I'm not necessarily finding anything I need, but I do see some cool things like The Big Sleep and Alien. That's a pretty cool find. And here's Escape to Witch Mountain with slipcover. Wait, hold on. I'm now realizing this is actually brand new, factory sealed, never opened. I was gonna say I don't need this, but now I'm thinking maybe I do. I already have this, but I don't think my copy has a slipcover, and my copy's definitely not factory sealed. Not that I necessarily need a factory sealed copy, but I'm thinking maybe I want to pick this up. I also don't need this because I have the double feature set of Escape to Witch Mountain and Return from Witch Mountain, which I do have in my collection, but those are bare bones. These have a bunch of special features, so I'm thinking about switching out my double feature set for these individually, just due to the special features alone. So I think maybe I want to pick this up. Again, there's so many reasons why I don't need this, but I think I am going to pick this up. Or should I second guess myself and just buy this anyway? I don't know. It's loaded with special features. The synopsis sounded interesting. I'm just trying to be very picky and selective with what it is I add to my collection. So I'm going to say there's probably like a 75% chance I'm going to watch this, maybe enjoy it, but not want to actually add it to my collection, which has me going, well, then why even bother picking this up? And the answer is, so I can at least say I've seen it. Like that's the thing. I gotta start telling myself, I gotta start spending like the $2 to pick up a movie that, yeah, I may very well know is probably not gonna go into my collection, but I want to see it. It's a movie I need to see. I need to watch movies. I'm not just buying movies just for the purpose of collecting. I'm buying movies to watch them as well. I want to buy movies to watch them and to collect them. So, I'm going to pick this up. What? I'm going to buy this. All right, so I've gone through the entire pile, not really finding anything else I want to pick up, though the Phantom of the Opera on HD DVD, that was a pretty cool find, but I don't need that, so going to end up passing on that. However, this I'm not going to pass on. This is The Westing Game. I've never heard of this. I know nothing about this. I'm not grabbing this for me. I'm going to grab this for my Mercari store. Just on a whim, I thought this looks like something that would be out of print or maybe like hard to find. It just looks like one of those titles, and sure enough, it is actually out of print. Now, is it hard to find? I don't know. I think maybe just it's very niche. Not a lot of people are looking for this title because it doesn't really go for very much, even though it is out of print. But it does go for more than $2. So I'm thinking for $2, I'm going to pick this up for my Mercari store. I mean, why not? Again, it's a weird niche title that very few people are probably looking for, but it's out of print, so I'm going to pick it up. Okay, so I've gone through all the CDs, all the VHS tapes, all the other DVDs and Blu-rays, even the one little lonely beta tape here. I love seeing this. It always puts a smile on my face to see a beta tape sitting on a shelf. The Honeymooners, Hidden Episodes, Volume 3. I feel kind of bad, though. This has been sitting here for like 3 months now. Nobody has bought this. Nobody wants this poor little beta. I'm almost like half tempted to buy it just to give it a home, just to make it feel wanted, but I don't really collect this stuff anymore. I don't need this, so I'm going to pass on it. Some beta collector will eventually come into the store. They'll pick it up. They'll be happy. It'll get a home, but for right now, I'm just going to have to pass on it. You also have things like the Maze Runner, which is pretty cool, but I don't need that. Some of you guys were freaking out over this box set the other week, but again, things I don't need. Here's a Civil War VHS tape. Again, things I don't need, things I'm going to pass on. So definitely some other interesting, awesome titles here. Just not other awesome, interesting titles I need. So I'm thinking it's just going to be this pile here, but I mean, honestly, that's not a bad pile. Okay, so yeah, that is going to do it for the media. Not a bad haul, though. Pretty happy with what I picked up here. Probably my best haul from this store in a while, and most of this is actually for me, not for the store. So pretty happy with my pickups, all for $2 a piece. I would say I got some pretty good stuff today. However, we're not quite done yet. We're going to look around the rest of the store, see what else we can find. Maybe some vintage Disney, maybe some mini ears for Danielle, maybe a cool toy or collectible. We have an entire rest of a store. We'll see what else we can find. Okay, this is actually really, really cool. This is a deli slicer. Check this out for only $500. $499.99. This is cool. My assumption is these are probably way more expensive if you buy these brand new. So $500 is probably a steal for this. How cool would it be to have one of these in the house, to cut my own fresh deli meats and cheeses and whatnot? This is really, really neat, but I am going to pass on this. I don't really need this. It would be cool, but maybe like a smaller, not so industrial sized one. This is really cool to see, though. I mean, that is That is awesome. I've never actually used one of these. In fact, they kind of terrify me. If my mom's watching, she can leave a comment down below and tell you a fun story about one of these. So again, pretty awesome, pretty cool. You don't see things like this in a thrift store every day, but I don't really need it, so I'm gonna pass. I know I've said this before, and I'm sure I'm gonna say it again, but it's crazy how often I come across collectible cups and the popcorn buckets for movie theaters. I see these all the time down here. Back in PA, I would find them here, find them there, but down here, it's like every time I go thrifting, I always see at least like 4 or 5 of these. It's nuts. I honestly wonder if it's just that down here, Disney has ingrained in everybody that you gotta pick up the collectibles, you gotta buy the cups, you gotta buy the popcorn buckets, you gotta buy everything, that everybody down here just buys these things. I don't know, it's crazy. This is a pretty cool Justice League cup. I don't need it though, but for $150, I mean, it is kind of awesome, but yeah, I'm just gonna pass on that too. I don't need it. We're still not done with the collectible cups. Here's a Star Wars Rogue One cup. That is cool. They've got a Rise of Skywalker one. They've got a Force Awakens one. And check out the Blue Beetle cup. That is really cool. Again, for $1.50. So tempting, but so something I don't need. But again, there's just so many of these down here everywhere I go. Cups and popcorn buckets, all these things. Like I said, I'm pretty sure it's because of things like this, because Disney and Universal just has it ingrained in everybody that they've got to buy these things. I feel like at this point I could just open my own restaurant. Here's a craft pasta machine. Now this actually isn't for legit pasta. This is for clay and soft metal sheets. So it's actually for crafting. That is interesting. I've never seen a craft pasta machine. So I guess maybe people would use like real legit pasta machines to make crafts, and then this company came along and said, why don't we just make like an actual pasta machine, but not for pasta, for actual crafts? I have no idea. They're asking $6.50 for this. If you guys have ever made crafts out of an actual pasta machine, leave your comments down below. Again, things I don't need. Unfortunately, the Halloween section looks to be a little lacking. Just this pumpkin who's pretty well chipped up and actually cracked as well. They do have a blow mold pumpkin here, but it's not vintage. It's actually, yeah, it's definitely a new pumpkin. So gonna end up passing on that. They've got one of the Halloween Boo buckets, which is pretty cool, but I think we have that one. And I don't believe we need anything else. Okay, that's kind of cool, but I don't think we need anything else here. So, yeah, as far as Halloween is concerned, this is it, and I'm going to be passing on all of this as well. Surprisingly, though, they actually do have a lot more Christmas than they do Halloween. Again, though, I don't really see anything I want to pick up. Nothing like super vintage or anything that I think Danielle would be like really crazy into. So I am going to pass on all of this, but pretty cool to see this much Christmas and a little bit of Halloween sort of randomly thrown in here, I guess by accident as well. But again, things I don't really need. I do kind of dig the card tree though. I don't know, maybe something like that I'd want to pick up. Maybe not today, but at some point, maybe something like that we'd want to buy. But again, as far as everything else is concerned, no, I don't see anything. This, however, I kind of don't want to pass on. It's a clock, but you open it up and there's storage inside. This is really cool. I feel like you could very easily re-theme this to maybe like Alice in Wonderland, because it kind of looks like a keyhole or maybe even like a skull or something. You could totally paint this or put some stickers on it or do something to completely re-theme this. This is cool. I'm very tempted to grab this for the library, but I don't really have any wall space. I really don't have anywhere to hang a clock. So as much as I hate to say this, I think I'm gonna have to pass on this as well. This is cool. I want this for only $6.50. If I could even like remotely think of a place I could hang this, I would probably pick this up, but I can't think of anywhere. I will go home though, and I will look around. If I find a place, if I go, wait, hold on, there's this little area where I could technically hang this, I might come back and get this. Super Grandma? Super Jesus? Speaking of things I don't need, but things I want, look at this amazing electric organ for only $100. This is really, really, really cool. I actually grew up in a house that had an organ in the living room. This is cool. I used to play on that thing all the time with the pedals and everything. I mean, this is really, really neat. I never actually learned how to play the piano or how to play the organ, so I have no idea, but yeah, that is really cool. And for only $100, I feel like that's a steal. I'm hoping the answer is they just moved it, but I came over here into the toy section and they no longer have a table full of loose toys. I don't know if they're just not really carrying much in the way of toys anymore. Maybe they don't really have a toy section anymore, or again, maybe the table has been moved somewhere else, but it's not here now. So again, hoping it moved, but as far as toys are concerned, there is really nothing here. Wait a minute, hold on. I take that back. They do still have the Chris Jericho's Rock and Wrestling Rager at Sea. So this apparently was an exclusive that you could only get if you went on the Chris Jericho cruise. Yeah, I guess they used to do wrestling cruises. Hey, to each their own. So again, this apparently is somewhat like more sought after and kind of rare. And some of you guys yelled at me for not picking this up the other day for only $2.59. Now, I don't really resell this kind of stuff. I'm not really into toys and collectibles and things like that. I just stick to the movies. But again, some of you guys did yell at me and say I should have bought this. It's worth a little bit. And I did look it up. It is worth a little bit. However, this one here is a little dinged up. It's not in like perfect minty condition, but I don't know. I'm guessing for $2.59, I should pick this up, right? And just sell it at a discount price. Okay, all right. You guys are going to yell at me again if I don't buy this, so I'll pick this up. I know I keep saying I should do this, and I know I keep slacking on actually doing it, but I really should start buying t-shirts again from thrift stores. I used to buy so many of these back in the day, and I just kind of stopped doing it, but I feel like I should get back into it again because I love how some of these look. Like this Corvette one here, that is really, really cool. They have some interesting shirts here. I'm kind of tempted to maybe go try some of these on. In fact, I think I will go try some of these on. I really should start buying these again. Also, this hat here, had it not been broken, stolen from Maine State Prison. Yeah, I would totally be buying this. I've never really been a long sleeve shirt kind of guy, but I mean, look at this Nicktoons shirt. How cool is that with Rocco and CatDog, Rugrats, Ariel, Monsters? This is really, really cool. I don't know. I'm thinking maybe I should try this on. It's never been worn. It's still brand new with tags. They're only asking $8 on this. Again, I don't really wear long sleeve shirts, especially not down here in Florida, but I think I might still have to try it on anyway. And I suppose I should probably start shopping for Sean and Max as well inside these stores because look at this really awesome Pokemon hoodie. Now, does Sean really need another hoodie? I mean, kind of. I think he only has one at our house, so a second one would not be a bad idea. And this would totally fit him. He would love this. So, yeah, for $7, I'm getting this for Sean. All right, so the racing shirt fit me perfectly. I mean, it's like it was made. It was cut to fit me, so I'm buying that shirt. It's a really cool shirt, and it fits me exactly as I like my shirts to fit, so I'm totally buying that. The long sleeve one, it fit, but as soon as I put it on, I was like, this is not me. It's not my style. It's cool. It's Nickelodeon. It's Nicktoons. I love those shows. I grew up on those shows, but just the long sleeve shirt look, not my thing. So you guys might remember last time we were in the store, there was a ton of really awesome cookie jars. And as you can see, they still have a ton of really awesome cookie jars, including this one right here. Look at this like beer stein cookie jar for only $25. I've never wanted to start a collection of cookie jars so badly before in my life. Again, I feel kind of bad. These probably came from some grandmother or something like that who passed away, which I hate to say, but it's probably what happened. So her collection, or his collection, or their collection was on point. There's so much cool stuff, so many amazing and awesome cookie jars, but I know better. I don't need a cookie jar collection, but just a cookie jar, a beer stein cookie jar, maybe. Now, if only I had a Flying V guitar to go inside this Flying V guitar case. This is really, really cool for only $13. It's a hard case. That is awesome. I already have a guitar at home, not a Flying V, but a regular like Fender guitar at home. with a hard case for it. So I don't need this. I have no need for a Flying V guitar case unless I were to pick this up. And then if I do pick this up, then I would have to buy a Flying V guitar, right? I mean, that's how this works. If I have the case for it, I have to get the guitar. I have been looking at actually getting a new guitar. I don't think I want a Flying V though. That's not really my style, but I don't know if I picked up the case, I could get a Flying V guitar to go along with it. I could make it my style. Honestly, $13 for a hard case. Probably a more sort of like sought after hard case. Seems like a good deal. And that's why we can't have nice things. Anyway, this is cool. This is awesome. This is very tempting, but like I said, I don't have a Flying V. I don't really want a Flying V. But see, this is how these stores get you, because you go, I don't need this, but $13 is a heck of a deal. So then you buy it, and then you just waste your money. That's why you gotta be good. All right, guys, so I'm thinking with that's gonna do it for the St. Vincent de Paul thrift shop. Some really cool things in here. I'm pretty happy with my haul today. Getting all of those movies, getting the Chris Jericho lunchbox that I don't need, but you guys said I had to pick up, and getting some shirts. Well, a shirt for me and a hoodie for Sean. I'm pretty happy with my pickups, but I am thinking, as far as the St. Vincent de Paul thrift shop is concerned, this is gonna do it. All right, not too bad. After using my discount for being a rewards member here, it dropped everything down to $19.08. I rounded up to donate, so $20 total for everything. That was a heck of a deal. People keep telling me I got to stop into the store more often because they get so much good stuff in. And you know what? Those people are right. I do got to stop in here more often because some days you walk out with a pretty awesome haul. All right, guys. So that is going to do it for the St. Vincent de Paul thrift store. All in all, I am pretty happy with my haul today. Some awesome, amazing finds. Happy I decided to just randomly pop in here. And that's why you always got to just randomly pop in, because you never know what you're gonna find. But all right, guys, that is gonna do it for today's video. So as always, thank you all so much for checking out this video. Be sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, check down below for links to Patreon. If you guys do become a patron, I will send you a postcard every single month from the road. Also check down below for a link to Spreadshirt where you can grab yourself retro rest stop t-shirts. Also hit that join button and become a member of this channel and gain early access to all of my videos. All that stuff helps support the show and it keeps the show going. So I really do appreciate the help, appreciate the support. And if you guys watch this video all the way until the very end, hashtag collectible theater cups. Because we saw plenty of those today. So hashtag collectible theater cups. If you guys watch this video all the way to the very end, sometimes I gotta make the hashtags weird. So all right, guys, that's gonna do it. Like I said, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and if you do hit that subscribe button or you are subscribed, then I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. Bye. Hold on, guys. Before we leave, there's still one more thing we have to do, and that's hit up the Lowe's, because who knows? Maybe they have the Mickey we've been looking for. We had to stop in. We passed the Lowe's and I said, you know what? We should just stop because maybe they might have the Mickey. They had one left. Awesome. We finally found them.